of a tiger eye bean or a Christmas lima bean? Well, neither had longtime farmers Kenneth Morris, or his friends call him Chip, or his cousin and farming partner Jerry Fry. That was until they started looking for a new crop to grow at their family's farm in the Sacramento Valley. At the Moore Fry Ranch, they've been farming since 1855 and have grown everything from tomatoes to grapes to sugar beets, but never beans, and especially not beans like these, which are heirloom beans.
But it is a hard thing for someone else to get into because you need so much specialized equipment, and these beans don't come with any instructions on how to grow them. So it's been a real learning curve.
Because every variety is different, they all have different maturity dates, and the plant is a different size, and so you have to learn all these things as you go along.
And as Chip and Jerry soon learned, the tiger eye bean and the Christmas lima bean are just two of the many uniquely named heirloom beans that have been produced and cultivated by various cultures for years. But what is an heirloom bean exactly? Well, it's the history behind the plant. Heirloom varieties come from seeds that have been passed down through a family for several generations, prized for some feature that makes them distinct. In the U.S., heirloom beans come with memorable names like Tiger Eye, Christmas Lima, Snowcap, or Runner Cannellini. And while they were first cultivated in North America hundreds of years ago, these vegetables are just beginning to catch on among consumers as we increasingly search out new and distinctive foods.
All the fields look alike, and then all of a sudden you crack open the pod when they're ripe, and here's this beautiful colored bean.
Part of the appeal of heirloom beans is their scarcity, because the equipment for processing them is so specialized and expensive, and the yield of heirloom beans is relatively low. An entire row of plants may only yield a few pods. There are few commercial growers who will take on the picky plants, and those that do tend to only grow one or two varieties at most. Which is why what Chip and Jerry are doing is so unique. They're growing 28 different varieties of beans at their farm, where harvest goes a little like this. Once the beans reach maturity, they are ready for harvest, and a machine comes in and cuts them off the plant. Then they're left in the field to dry for a bit. Then another machine comes in and pushes all the plants together into one neat row. And then this specially made harvester comes through and picks up the beans.
You'd think the drier the better, but in some cases, if they're too dry, the thin skin will crack.
From the farm, the beans are then taken to Fresh Cut Pack in Sacramento, where owner David Tam and his staff are literally counting beans. Here, each one is meticulously cared for, with each bean being individually cleaned and sorted.
This was the first bean that sold out over there.
From here, Chip and his wife Bobby market the beans on their website, and then they also ship them off to grocery stores across the country or to retail outlets such as Williams-Sonoma, where they may just end up in homes like that of our favorite nutrition professor and a regular on California Bountiful, Timmy Hagenberger.
I love all beans. I am a equal opportunity bean lover.
She's a beanaholic.
I think I am a beanaholic, actually, yes.
But Timmery isn't just a bean enthusiast, she's also a registered dietitian and nutrition professor, so she knows firsthand the many benefits of beans.
Beans are superfoods, and I know we use that term a lot nowadays, but it really deserves that title because they are full of protein, they're full of fiber, they are high in all kinds of vitamins and minerals, they're packed with phytonutrients, and we've seen research has shown that eating beans every day can reduce your risk of all the diseases that are plaguing the United States.
Timmery says that heirlooms tend to be both richer in color and flavor, so you don't need to add a lot of seasoning or ingredients to dress up their flavor. From the creamy snow cap, which is great in soups, to the calypso bean, which is black and white and has a smooth, rich texture, Timmery finds a use for each and has helped develop recipes that Chip can then use on his website to entice folks to give their specialty products a try. And why these beans may not be magical, they have been transformational for this duo, as they have both found a newfound passion to get people interested and educated on the beauty of beans.
It's a gift to be able to know Chip and Bobby, because the idea that we know exactly where this is coming from and that it's local, and that I talk to him about what does his crop look like, what's coming up, and then what recipes to start to work on, and it's a gift. And whenever we get a new crop, it's just like Christmas.
Beans can do so much, and I guess I always just wanted to have a little bit of a footprint that I helped really produce something and maybe changed the way a lot of people's lives are being healthier.
And we're changing. Every time we get people to eat beans, we're improving their life.
That's right.
And we are what we eat.
We're just getting going.
We're just getting going, absolutely.